Okay, hi everybody. Oh my god, my hair. I'm going Super Saiyan. I'm going Super Garp 3. No. Garp. It's garping time, everybody. I want to start this off with a joke. This was a joke that I scrapped from the review, okay? So you know how throughout the entire review, I was like, Garp, and then I pull out the sign at the end. It's like, G-A-R-P, who do we, okay, there was a joke that, you know what? I don't even know if I should say the joke now, because I feel like if I say it within the first, because YouTube's funny about that. Like, if you say the F word within, like, the first minute or so of a video, or if it's like whatever is going to get demonetized, it has a better chance of being demonetized if you say it at the beginning of the video rather than like at the 20-minute mark. So we'll put a pin in this. And we'll come back to it in like 15 minutes. So somebody remind me, like, what was the joke you were going to put in the review and you didn't? And I honestly think it would have been fine. Like, I honestly think, like, I probably wouldn't have gone it demonetized, but it was one of those jokes that's, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it involved Garp, and it involved Garp's epithet as the Fist. So you can kind of already see the slew of jokes that could come about from that. But somebody remind me and we'll get to it. All right, so anyway, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I've started doing these last week or 2 weeks ago with chapter 1079, where I did a little bit of a post-chapter sort of discussion on what's going on. So obviously this is going to be heavy spoilers. I put spoilers in the title of the video. The thumbnail of the video is chapter 1080 in big font live stream. So if you click on this and you haven't read the chapter yet and you're like, you spoiled me, then it's like, I mean, come on now, it's right there. All right, ooh, saucy teching. Oh, yes. So, basically just we're going to be looking at questions about the chapter, and we're going to discuss that today. Not going to be able to be a super long live stream today. I have to do some stuff. I've been kind of running around like crazy. I actually have to make cookies after this. So, I've just been constantly doing stuff today, so probably like a good hour or so live stream today that we have time for. Oh, shit, the thumbnail is of Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, okay. Well, that's fair. Hold on. Oh, my God, I forgot to change it. Son of a... Okay, hold on. I have it. All right. There, I changed it. Go back and refresh. It should be different now. But okay. All right, that's fair. Damn, I made the thumbnail, but I did not add the thumbnail. So that's important. Okay, so there we go. All right, now we're all set. Baking cookies with teching. When? Okay, I don't know when we're going to be doing the baking stream. I don't know about that, just because the camera setup in the kitchen, I'm not really sure how that's going to go. But no, it has not changed. Well, give it like 5 minutes, it should. Okay, instead, we'll talk about this very quickly, and then we'll move on to the actual discussion with Garp. Okay, we'll give it a couple minutes for the thumbnail to reset. Are you a little afraid for Garp? No, I am not afraid for Garp at all. If Garp dies, I'm going to be like torn apart just like my soul is going to be ripped asunder. Hey, Tekking, love your work. What are your thoughts on Aokiji lying to Blackbeard since he's part of Sword? I think that's very, very likely. Doesn't Kobe with glasses and that smile look like Rustage cosplaying as Kobe? Yes, and I think Kobe is actually Rustage's favorite One Piece character. I think he told me that one time. He always looks, if you ever find a figurine of Kobe at a convention, send it to Rustage, because Rustage is always like, man, I always want a Kobe figurine, and they never have them. And that's true. Most conventions I've been to, and they have like a big selection of One Piece characters, they don't have any Kobe ones. So get a Kobe, if you find a Kobe figurine, for the love of God, send it to Rustage, please. Please send it to Rustage. He's dying, ladies and gentlemen. He needs some Kobe in his life. Right, but anyway, I'm gonna put this jacket on to have this nice jacket. Why not? Kamusari or Galaxy Impact. I kind of, just looking, and you have to understand, like, when Garp used Kamusari, he was kind of like not being super serious when he used it against Odin. Like, he wasn't trying to kill Odin. Shanks was definitely using it trying to kill Kid. And I think Garp was also, like, here's the thing. Garp was definitely serious when he used the Galaxy Impact, but to say that Galaxy Impact is his, like, absolute strongest attack at full power, I don't think that's the case. And we saw what that could do, But yeah, what was I talking about before all this? Oh yeah, cooking or baking with live stream with teching, probably not going to happen, but this is so weird and random, but who would like a live stream where I put together a bunch of office chairs? Yeah! How many office chairs? Like 5. Like 5 office chairs. Like, all right, we'll take it. All right, just because this is so stupid, and I understand this is stupid, but I want to show this to you. I want to show this to you. All right. So, okay, I have this game room in my house that I've been kind of messing with the last year or so I've lived here. You know, it's like a different part of the house, and so I don't go in there super often, but I've been kind of slowly building a game room kind of setup where I have a couch, and I have a TV, and I have a pool table in there, and the pool table has a thing that you, like, it's like a piece of wood that goes over the pool table so you can play ping pong, but you can also use it as like an actual table. So I'm like finishing touches on it right now. Like, I'm getting some cool smart lighting in there to like change colors, and I have like the ribbon lighting, and getting some posters in there and everything. So I have this really cool game room kind of setup. And the last thing that I'm gonna do is like, dude, I want to get like my D&D group together, and we want to play D&D in this room, in this cool game room. Okay, so one of the last things I need is I need some really good chairs. You know, I had like some fold out chairs in there, but those suck. You know, no one wants to sit on a fold out, like a metal fold out chair for 2 hours when you're playing D&D. No one wants that. So I'm looking for office chairs, right? So I see this one, right? I see this, just a standard black office chair. Pretty common, pretty standard. The price was right, and I'm like, all right, I was already about to order just like 6 of these, because my D&D group has 6 people. So I'm like, at most, it's usually 6 people. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get 6 of these, call it a day, not a big deal. But then I looked into it, and it turns out this particular office chair, I haven't found this with really a lot of other office chairs, but this particular office chair comes in black and red and blue and green and yellow and pink and purple. And I'm like, all right, do I want to do the Power Ranger setup? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm doing the Power Ranger setup. So I bought one of them. I bought the red one today. I got the red one today. I just put it together a couple hours ago, and I put it in the game room, and it looks fine. I just bought one of them to start, because if they were like really shitty chairs, or if they didn't work right, or if they're not great for the floor, then I'm just like, I don't want, I have to like send it back. I didn't want to buy all 6 at once, you know what I mean? So I bought one, I put it together. It was pretty easy. It took me like 30 minutes to put it together, and then I put it in the room, and I think it works great. So I'm now going to buy 5 other chairs. And so who wants to see a live stream where Tekking puts together a bunch of Super Sentai chairs? I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. So anyway, that's that. All right. Okay. So getting back to the chapter here, that was the random chair discussion. All right. Next question from Diego. Hey, Tekking, I also think Kaguya is a sexy rabbit goddess. Nothing to do with Bleach or One Piece. That's what we were talking about, One Piece. But I agree. Kaguya was a sexy rabbit goddess from, hashtag not a furry. But Kaguya wasn't really a furry. The only reason Kaguya was considered a rabbit goddess was because she had, like, horns sticking out of her head. By that logic, Kaido is a rabbit god. And he's not, ladies and gentlemen. He's a duck, and he will stay a duck. Yes. Garp. Yeah, all right. Okay, what's next? Can Garp fold Akainu? All right, so that was something I missed in the review. I did not even acknowledge this at all, but so many of the comments were like, oh man, I could totally see why Sengoku held Garp back at Marineford. Now, here's the question, all right? People are looking at this, and they're just like, Garp, like, no diffs Akainu, just like one hit. I'm like, all right. Now, here's the thing you got to consider, though. At Marineford, at that moment, when Sengoku, like, after Akainu killed Ace, and he's on the ground, Ace, okay, was that before or after Whitebeard cracked Akainu right upside the skull? Because here's the thing. If, after Akainu got a point-blank, Gura punch from Whitebeard and got knocked down, if after that, Garp fought Akainu, I think Garp could finish his shit off pretty quickly. That was after. That was after. Okay. Was it before or after? See, whatever. I'm looking at it from the perspective is Garp did not really fight all that like strenuously at Marineford really until Blackbeard showed up. Like, Blackbeard showed up and Garp fought them a little bit, but like Garp was not really, you know, he was not brawling with the strongest. Like, it was not Garp and Whitebeard in a one-on-one fight. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that. Garp had a moment where he went to go punch Luffy and then he couldn't do it, and Luffy punched Garp because it's his grandson. He couldn't actually punch Luffy. Crazy to think, though. I mean, Garp could have easily killed Luffy. Like, he obviously would not have because it's his grandson, but had Garp, like, been serious and just like, I don't even care if he's my grandson, he's a pirate, he's gotta die, Garp could have fucking killed Luffy, like, at Marineford. Like, it would have, it wouldn't have been hard at all. And I don't think anybody really worried about that, like, didn't think that, but now, if Garp was fighting Akainu and Akainu was at full power and he wasn't, like, damaged at all from battle, like, it would have been a little bit of a tougher fight. Now, if it was Prime Garp fighting Prime Akainu, I would give it to Prime Garp any day of the week. Also, something I forgot to bring up in the review, dude, Garp in his prime could not defeat Rox in his prime. It required Garp in his prime and Roger in his prime to fight alongside each other in order to take down Rox. So that gives you a little bit of a modicum of how badass Rox was there, all right? Yeah. You said the F word anyway. Yeah, but it's not, we can tell the joke now. Okay, here was the joke. All right, this was the joke in the review that, okay, I was going to do the chant, like, you know, G-A-R-P, who's the man that's got the D? It's Garp. Oh, yeah, it's Garp. Who wants to get fisted tonight, ladies and gentlemen? And that was going to be the joke. It was going to be a fisting joke, and I decided not to include it, but that was the joke. All right, there you go. A young Roger and a young Garp. No, fuck that. No. God Valley, 38 years ago. That was Garp in his prime. That was Roger in his prime. All right, that was. Garp was in his, like, 40s at that point, and, like, One Piece characters in their 40s. I think it's because of Oda being around his 40s right now. That's when, for whatever reason, he's like, that's when you're the strongest. Also, that was before Roger got sick. Remember when Roger fought Whitebeard with Odin on that island for 3 days during the flashback? Roger was already, like, terminally ill at that point. Roger had 1 year left to live when he fought Whitebeard on that island with, like, the Kamusari, you know, and everything like that. That was a year before Roger died of a critical illness, okay? So, yeah. I don't think that would have been too inappropriate. Yeah, like, I think I could have gotten away with it, honestly. I think I could have gotten away with it. Maybe I'll include it in the next one. I'll include it in the next review, provided Garp shows up in this next one. Okay, during God Valley, Garp was 39 years old. Yeah, that's what I envision as prime. Like, you know, in your 39 is 40. It's basically 40. In your 40s and, like, early 50s, that's, like, your prime in One Piece. That's what I would consider. Like, Garp at maybe age 45, what is his prime? So, like, maybe just shy of it, but, like, dude, 40-year-old Garp, like, that's pretty goddamn powerful, you know what I mean? That's pretty damn near his prime power, right, you know? You're forgetting Rox's crew. They didn't just fight 2v1. We don't know who else was there. All we know is that Sengoku said it took Garp and Roger fighting together to take down Rox. Does that mean it was Garp and Roger fighting against Rox, plus Whitebeard, plus Big Mom, plus Kaido, plus Silver Axe, plus Wang Ji, plus Captain John, plus Shiki the Golden Lion? I mean, that's like 2 people against like 8. And obviously they didn't all die. Obviously Rox was the only one that died. So I'm thinking there might have been some other strong... I'm thinking also maybe somebody might have betrayed someone else. Like, halfway through the battle, Big Mom and Kaido might have seen the writing on the wall, and they're like, fuck this, we're not fighting alongside Rox anymore, we're getting the hell out of here, you know what I mean? Like, that might have been a city, like, Whitebeard might have been like, screw this, I'm out, you know what I mean? I'm not here. Wang Ji is like, I'm done. And maybe Rox stayed behind, and Rox was the one, because he was just too bullheaded to leave. And so it was just Rox against Roger and Garp at the very end. Do we know for sure that Rox is dead? That's why I always say, like, air quotes whenever I'm talking about Rox is dead, you know, because it's One Piece. We don't know if he's dead or not. Barry, get over here. We got proof that Garp would have killed Akainu. I'm pretty sure in that moment, after Akainu was wrecked from a series of successive attacks, and also Garp was relatively unharmed, and also he was rage mode like 1,000%. I think that was the moment. Like, Garp probably could have killed Akainu, yeah. We know his name, so he's still alive. Yeah, that's pretty much the rule. Question, if Akainu uses his awakening to an island that Pizarro's Devil Fruit is manipulating, would it be an attack or a boost towards Pizarro? So, I have to do a whole video about the island fruit now and the complexities therein. That'll be out this week. Out of all of the Devil Fruits that got introduced, I want to do one on Prince Groos's as well, because the clay fruit is rather fascinating. Some people are actually saying, and let me just pull up the review file right here so I can go through what I'm talking about here just as like a visual aid. Okay, so, okay, so Prince Groos's ability, right? So this is Prince Groos, okay, and, you know, he has the ability to make these golems. So I originally assumed, like, this dude right here was like a marine. Wow! They're like, this dude, no. They're like, this dude right here was like a regular marine that was like just fighting alongside Prince Groos as like a bodyguard. No. I actually, and he was just making duplicates of them during the battle. But no, now that I was actually thinking about it and I read some comments, I think these characters that are always around Prince Groos, those are not human beings. Those are always golems. Those were always golems created with his devil fruit, which is impressive because they can speak. So this is really, and somebody else commented, let me see if I can actually grab this comment. Because somebody was commenting some stuff about they were adding upon my theory that the clay fruit is the upgraded form of the Doru no Mi of Mr. 3's wax fruit, and somebody had this really cool comment that I liked. Let's see here. Yes, this one right here from a feathered dinosaur. The clay fruit is superior to the wax fruit not only in how they heat up, but also in mythology. Clay has been associated with the start of life in multiple legends. Maybe that's why golems can be made with the fruit while Mr. 3 is stuck with non-living constructs. I really like that idea. The idea, because golems, like, by the way, that's one of the oldest movies ever made, period. Like, one of the oldest films ever created was a movie called The Golem. And it was a silent film, obviously, about like a craftsman that creates a golem and gives it life. And then it ends up like you put the scroll. It's like a Jewish folklore legend sort of thing where you make a golem and then you like write things on a piece of paper and then drop it into the golems. Like The Simpsons even did an episode about this once. And it's like, oh, go and kill this person, and you drop it into the golem's mouth and the golem will go and kill the person. You know what I mean? Like, so that is kind of the idea. And I really like that idea. That, you know, Mr. 3 can only create inanimate objects with his wax. Meanwhile, Prince Groos can create, like, living things out of his golems, out of his clay. I like that. So I'm going to make a video about him, and I'm making the island video first, because another thing is, like, wait a second, if Pizarro turns into an island, the island is surrounded by water. Doesn't that power him down? And it's like, I have a lot of stuff to talk about with this. Yeah. Bogard hype is real. Yeah, Bogard, which I forgot to bring up in the review. But right here we have Bogard. Wait, hold on. Okay, that file's... Wait. Oh, we froze. My computer's just like, what? The computer can't handle Bogard. Oh, there he is. Okay, there he is. So this is Bogard, right? Bogard, named after Humphrey Bogart, is the right-hand man of Garp. He's sort of the dude that trained Kobe and Helmeppo at the very beginning. I think Garp ended up training them personally, but Bogart was the one that kind of taught them like the basics, the fundamentals of being a Marine, basically. And Bogart, we have not really ever seen like doing much. Like, he never really talks all that much. But I really hope he's on that ship, and I really hope we get to see him do some really cool shit. Because he's like the right-hand man of Garp that's always hanging around, and he's named after a badass, old school golden Hollywood film star. So, how the fuck do you fight an island? You be Garp. You punch it. You drop a Garp nuke on it. That's basically what you do. Like, I'm not worried about Pizarro having the island fruit at all. Like, because I think, like I said it in the review, and I wasn't joking. Like, if I had to choose between Garp versus an island, Garp wins. Like, what is Pizarro going to do? Pick up a bunch of rocks and throw it at it? Garp just punches the rocks. Like, Garp could punch out an island, and anybody that thinks that he can't, like, did you see the last chapter? You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a bigger target. Same thing with San Juan Wolf. Like, San Juan Wolf's going to cause some problems. Like, no, he isn't. San Juan Wolf makes himself huge. Garp gut punches him, and he's like, oh! And then just falls into the ocean. There you go. Like, yeah, just a bigger target, dude. Do you think Aokiji is on his way to Egghead? So maybe, because like we saw Aokiji in the last chapter, but that was in a flashback. He's somewhere else right now. We know Aokiji's not with Blackbeard on Winter Island fighting Law, and we know he's not on the island right now. So that means he has to be somewhere else. Now, something else I forgot to mention, I was gonna bring this up when I was planning the review, and I just forgot. Not a huge deal, but something important to bring up. Katarina Devon and Lafitte are also missing. So we know Blackbeard himself, Burgess, Augur, Doc Q, and Stronger are on Wiener Island fighting Law. We know that Vasco Shot, Pizarro, Shiryu, and San Juan Wolf are on Hachinosu fighting Garp and Sword. And then we don't know where Aokiji's at, we don't know where Devon's at, and we don't know where Lafitte is at. All right, now you gotta... Devon is like what? Well, Devon and Lafitte actually together would make a very devastating duo, because Devon can now transform into people using her Kitsune Devil Fruit, and Lafitte is a hypnotist. So those two working together could be on a secret mission right now. Like the smart thing would be for Kuzan, Katarina Devon, and Lafitte. If there is a group of the Blackbeard Pirates heading to Egghead, it would be that group. And then maybe Aokiji could like freeze them at the last minute so they can't do anything. And then he reveals that he's actually working for Sword and he's there to help out Vegapunk or whatever. Like maybe. Is Pizarro stronger than Pika? Yeah, I think it's the Devil Fruit like the upgraded form of the Ishii Ishinomi, where Pika was only able to merge with rock and stone, but there was certainly a limit. And Pizarro apparently, like, the name of the fruit is the Island fruit, meaning you merge with the island. That's the name of the damn fruit, you know? It wouldn't be much of an island fruit if you can only merge with, like 10% of the island. No, you merge... with the island. Is Galaxy Fist related to Galaxy Wink? I realized that similarity as soon as, like, I was editing it. I was like, that's another Galaxy move in the story. So I would say Galaxy Impact is stronger than Ivankov's Galaxy Wink. But who knows? Maybe if Ivankov trains a little bit, I don't know. First Pinzoro and then now Pizarro. Pinzoro and Pizarro. Alvaro Pizarro is named after the Spanish explorer that conquered the Incan Empire. I think his name was Francisco Pizarro. It was Hernan Cortez that conquered Mexico, Central America, where the Aztecs were. Hernan Cortez is the one that toppled the Aztec Empire. And then a few years later, Pizarro reached Peru and did not defeat the Inca Empire as crushingly as, like the fall of the Aztec Empire was pretty quick. It happened within the span of like 4 or 5 years. There were even some victories for the Aztecs. There was a thing called, in Spanish, the translation is the Night of Sadness, but in Spanish, I think it was like La Tristan de Noche or something, La Noche de Tristan, something like that. It's the Night of Sadness or the Night of Tears, where the Aztecs actually fought back and managed to repel the Spanish. But with Pizarro, it was he defeated the initial like the Cuzco, like the capital. That fell pretty quickly, but some survivors of the Inca Empire kind of retreated to the east into the jungle area, and they set up like a rump state, which was like the Inca Empire, and then that lasted like another 40 years or so, and that eventually toppled. Fun fact, La Noche Triste, that's it, La Noche Triste, yes. Fun fact, the last ruler of the, not the Aztec, the last ruler of the Inca Empire was named Tupac. And yes, that is Tupac Shakur. Yes, that is why that's his name. That is his mother named him that after Tupac. Isn't history amazing? Isn't that incredible? Yeah. All right. So, can Garp beat Sogeking? I mean, Garp is pretty strong, guys. Let's not go crazy here. Let's not go crazy. Yeah. History tangents. That's what I do. The Emperor's New Groove. That is the Inca Empire. It is the Inca Empire. And Cuzco is, there was a kingdom, the kingdom of Cuzco, that existed before the proper Inca Empire. It was an empire. It was just the kingdom of Cuzco. But there you go. That's where that connects back to. Yeah. Bogard might be used to hype up Shiryu in a cool sword fight. Dude, Bogard versus Shiryu, that'd be a badass fight. That'd be a badass fight, like Shiryu goes to cut Garp, and then Bogard, like, stops him, even while he's invisible. Like, you can't touch the king yet, buddy. You know? Costco! Yeah, there it is. I was not at Costco. I was at Sam's Club a couple days ago, that I was looking for those chairs. I couldn't find them in the stores. I have to buy them online, but I will get those chairs. Yeah. Yeah, was it, Yep. Hip-hop fans already knew this. Yep, he's named after an Inca revolutionary. Yep. Yep. Tupac, I think, he was the last, I don't know if he was the last king of the empire, but he was one of the last people that, like, fought back against the Spanish rule. All right? There's another story. I'm just going on history tangents. 2 armed Shanks versus kind of out of his prime Garp. Okay, what do you mean? Okay, what do you mean by that? 2 Shanks, like a clone of Shanks that are armed, or 2 armed Shanks that he actually has 2 arms versus Garp as he is right now? Oh, I don't know, man. Don't make me pick these things, all right? What if Pizarro touches the red line? That's another question I will address in the island video. This is going to be a crazy... I gotta... Like, hold on. Like, how many devil fruits? What new devil fruits do we have here? We have the island fruit, the Shima Shima no Mi. We have the clay fruit. We have the whip fruit. We have the liquor fruit, or the glug glug fruit that Vasco has. We have the giant fruit that San Juan has. We have the warp fruit that Augur has. We have the Riki Riki no Mi that Burgess has. We have the sick fruit that freaking Doc Q has. Dude, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 8 videos just with Blackbeard's Devil Fruit crew. Like, there it is. Like, holy shit. I already made a video on the invisibility fruit. I already made a video about that. I wasn't making a list about the devil fruits that we knew about. I'm making a video on the ones that I haven't made videos about before. All right. Is Garp even answerable to Akainu, or the Goros say? Garp answers to no one. Thanks for all the videos. Been listening. I recovered from surgery. Do you think Garp not saving Ace tie into him trying so hard to save Kobe? I think that's definitely a draw. I think at that point, you know, the fact he wasn't able to save his grandson and he thinks so highly of Kobe. I'm going to make a video about that too, about Kobe being the future of the Marines, which we can kind of already assume that Kobe was going to become. Like, he's going to be an admiral by the end of, maybe not the end of the story right now, but like flash forward, like an epilogue of One Piece, like 20, 30 years in the future, Kobe's going to be an admiral. Like, that's just the case, you know? Sword does not answer to the government. So also, I want to clarify, Aokiji might have been lying a little bit about Sword. He might have been stretching the truth about Sword. So, because I think Kuzan is an ally of Kobe, and he wants Kobe to not die. So he's lying to Blackbeard and saying that, like, hey, Teach, he's not going to work as a bargaining chip. You're not going to be able to use Kobe to get anything from the world government. You might as well just let him go, because you're not going to get anything from him, and here's why. I think Kuzan was stretching the truth with Sword, because Kuzan is definitely a member of Sword. Like, he basically said he was a member of Sword to Teach in the last chapter. It's great. It's just like, yeah, Sword members, they resign from the Marines, so they're no longer official Marines. They no longer have, like, status with the world government, and they also attack Yonko crews. That literally describes Kuzan to a T. All right? Oh. Yeah. Do you think, which is your favorite fruit? My favorite fruit is the op-op fruit, yeah. He did kind of tell, yeah. It's just Blackbeard was so stupid he didn't pick up on it. We need a video on the Sword members. Yeah, I gotta do a video about that. I mean, I did a video about Sword not too long ago, but that was before we really knew about everybody. When was the last Sword video I did? Hold on. I don't think we made a Sword video since we knew about, like, Hibari and Prince Cruz. I don't think I made an update form of that. Sword. Last Sword video I made was September of last year. September of last year. So what chapter came out in September 26th of last year? I think we know. Oh, I think this was right after we got revealed that Hibari was a member and Prince Cruz was a member. I think this was right after that chapter, actually. Was that September? That doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Hold on, let me check. I don't remember. We need, what chapter was this from? Hold on. Let me check something really quick here. I gotta check this. No? Yeah. Yeah. So, this was after Hibari was revealed, and this was after, Prince Cruz. But that was September. That was over 6-7 months ago already. Holy shit. Like the chapter where they're at the base and Garp is like, come on, everybody, let's go knock some heads. You know, that was 7 months ago. Seriously. Wow. I thought that was only like 3-4 months. Wow. That's why, man, time goes by. I was looking at this the other day. I sent a tweet out about this, but the chapters were like Gear 5th is already a year old. It's been over a year since Luffy went Gear 5th. Doesn't that mess with you a little bit? Like, what? It's been a year since Luffy went Gear 5th? I'm like, yeah, it's been a year since I think 1044. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, Hibari. Something fun about Hibari. She talks in the same accent as Akainu does. Now, I don't know if this is because this is just like Oda thought it would be funny to give like the Akainu, like the way that Akainu talks to like Hibari, who's like a cute girl, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's like, it kind of juxtaposes. It's not really just like, it's like, cause in the one translation of it, hold on a second. Like Hibari talks in this one, like, I don't know how accurate this is, but I'll read it off. Okay, so Hibari shoots the gunpowder thing, and she's like, Kobe-senpai, get your butt over here, and don't get the wrong idea. I ain't here to help ya. I was going out for lunch and just happened to be in the area. I used my flower bullets, so they won't be able to use their guns for a while. So it's like, I ain't here to help ya. You know, it's just like that. That's the kind of way she talks, which is really funny. I like Hibari. Hibari's actually a real badass. I love how she's this badass Marine sniper, but it's like it's like super girly how she dresses. She has like the camo pants and the combat boots, but they're also like pink and like striped. And she has like the combat shirt, but it's like a crop top, and she covers it with like little pins, little heart pins and like rainbows. She has a backpack, but she has like a teddy bear sticking out of the backpack. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way. I think she's a badass. I think that's awesome. Yeah. She's got good style. Yeah. I think I was shipping Rebecca and Kobe up until now because Rebecca has pink hair and Kobe has pink hair. But actually, we don't know what Hibari's official. I've seen her drawn in like the colored versions of the chapters. I've seen people drawing her blonde, and I've seen people drawing her with pink hair. But it doesn't matter either way. I'm shipping Hibari and Kobe full steam ahead on that one. We have to save Kobe-senpai. He's my senpai. Just like, I love that. Oh, new ship for Kobe now. Who's Kobe going to end up with by the end of One Piece? These are the questions, damn it. Oda said he would not romance the Straw Hats. He did not say he wouldn't romance the Marines, damn it. By the way, I love, so while we're on Marine relationships, I love the relationship, and this is a relationship that is not focused on too much. Hold on, I gotta pull this up in a cover page, okay? Hold on a moment. There's one relationship in the Marines that's kind of like, I don't know how I like it. I don't know if I want these two characters to be together romantically or just very platonically. Because platonically does not necessarily mean that, like, it's maybe a little bit more significant than just friendship, but it's not romantic. You know what I mean? It's not like just friends, but it's a little bit more than that, okay? But it's not like to the romantic point. Smoker and Hina. People are already getting it. Smoker and Hina. Hold on a moment, because there was a cover page that they were on that I think sums up their relationship perfectly. Here it is. Here it is. All right, so this is chapter 586 is the cover page. All right, I think this sums up their relationship perfectly, okay? So this is Smoker and Hina here on a cover page where they're out on the town. It's their day off. They're out on the town, and Hina's kind of wicked drunk, and she's like, let's keep going. Let's keep drinking. And Smoker's like, nah, come on. Let's go home. Let's go home. Now, do you get the impression from this cover page that they're, like, romantically involved, that they're dating? Because I don't get that. I honestly don't get that. I get it that they're just very, they're very good friends. They die for one another. They've been in the Marines for so long. They have pretty much the same rank. They're really just... they're just like, let's go out on the town and drink, and Hina's the one that gets wicked wasted, and then Smoker's like, nah, you've had enough. Let's get going. Let's get going. Yeah, that's the kind of way that I've always viewed their relationship, right? Yeah. So I don't really want them to be, I mean, I can see them dating, totally. It's just that, yeah. Stop talking about characters and shipping. We're not here for that, damn it. Django and Full Body. Now that is a bromance if there ever was one right there. Absolutely. Friends with benefits? Okay, maybe you could go that far with Hina and Smoker. They're like Usopp and Nami. Yeah, honestly, yeah, kind of like that. You know how like when Usopp and Nami met after the time skip and Nami like immediately ran over and just hugged the shit out of Usopp? Like, yeah, I see it more like that. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't My Hero Academia shipping. Rukia and Ichigo. I mean, I've been saying that for years. Is Shanks is so strong and he thinks Blackbeard is a threat. Why does he wait and not attack him? Because he's strong. Because Shanks is not an idiot that's just going to be like, let's go kill Blackbeard really quick so before he can do anything. No, Shanks is very wary of Blackbeard. I wouldn't say Shanks is afraid of Blackbeard or he's terrified of him, but he knows that he cannot just charge headlong. Maybe he could have dealt with it earlier before Blackbeard really rose to power, and he just didn't. And that was the problem. I bet Shanks actually feels a lot of guilt about that, because if Shanks would have dealt with Blackbeard before he was a Yonko, before he had all these level 6 prisoners, before he had Pirate Island, maybe. But he waited too long, and then boom, look what happened, okay? So now, and also keep in mind, for the longest time, Blackbeard was on Whitebeard's ship. So let's say that scar that Shanks has, that he got from Blackbeard, he's going to be a little leery of Blackbeard. Like, that guy, there's something with him that's off. But what could Shanks do? Blackbeard was a member of Whitebeard's ship. He can't, like, just go in and murder him, you know? So then Blackbeard finally reveals his true colors. He kills Thatch. He steals the Yami Yami. He's out there. He has a crew building up and everything. If Shanks was going to make a move, he should have made a move then, and he didn't. And I bet he feels regret over that. So now here we are, even with Shanks' crew, he's nervous. Like, I can't just charge in and attack him, because he might pull some move that, because remember what he said to Whitebeard. I didn't get this scar by being careless. I didn't get this scar from Hawkeye. I get this scar from Blackbeard, and he pulled something that I'm not really sure how, because he wasn't careless. It wasn't like Shanks wasn't paying attention or he was drunk and then Blackbeard slashed him across the face. No, Blackbeard had some kind of trick and ability that we might actually see coming up pretty soon, which he was able to get Shanks off guard. Okay, so, yeah, keep that in mind. The scar was before the Blackbeard betrayal? Oh, yeah, dude. Shanks has that scar when he's in Fuchsia Village, for God's sake. Shanks has that scar at the very beginning of the damn story. Why are all these images low quality? Here they go. Here's one. All these images are like 120p. Yeah, here we go. See? Yeah. Yeah, this is years before Blackbeard betrays Whitebeard. This is years before Blackbeard kills Thatch. Yeah. Shanks had that scar since his, like, mid-20s. By the way, I love Makino there. Makino's just like, I love this expression, because you just look at Makino looking at Shanks, and she's just like, oh my god, he's such a dreamboat. You know, Whoop Slap's kind of giving it off a little bit too. Whoop Slap's like, this is a man among men right here. I love that. He had the scar before he was a Yonko. Yeah. He had that scar long before that. Yeah. Makino is best girl. I think an argument could be made for that, yeah. Maybe Blackbeard is hiding his true hockey abilities. Might be. So the only thing that's worrying me a little bit about this whole Garp on Hachinosu thing is if Augur has the ability with his warping fruit to send Blackbeard back to the island. If they find out, like if Vasco or somebody relays information to Blackbeard at Winter Island, like he's like, Teach, we're being attacked by Garp. And then, you know, Teach is like, all right, Law, I'll have to put the pin in this for later. And then he uses the warp fruit to zip back to Hachino. That's what I'm worried about. Because as it stands right now, Garp can steamroll through this entire island. Vasco, Pizarro, San Juan Wolf, Shiryu, Garp with, you know, Sword backing him up, with Prince Screws and the Golems, with Kujaku, with Kobe, with Hibari, with Helmeppo, with Tashigi is there, maybe Smoker's there. All of those people, Bogart is probably there backing him up. Garp should steamroll through this island with very minimal difficulty. But then, boom, Augur shows up, Doc Q shows up, Stronger, Burgess, and then Blackbeard shows up. That gives me a little bit pause, but we'll see. I hope that's not one of the abilities. Blackbeard's going to use room to get back. Blackbeard cannot use room to get back. Winter Island is like an insane distance away. He can't, you know, make a room that big. Law cannot make a room to like travel to another island that's like 100 miles away or like 200 miles away or whatever. Would Zebek have had the island fruit? I mean, somebody had to have had it. I mean, that's the whole point of Blackbeard's crew. They kill really strong devil fruit users and then get their abilities. Do we know if Blackbeard could have more than two? I mean, if he can have more than one, then I think all bets are off. He could have two. He could have three. I don't know. Do you think Sword is a Yonko level threat group? Like, we don't know all the members of Sword, but if you include Garp, Groose, Kujaku, Kobe, Helmeppo, Kuzan, Hibari, and you know, some other members too that we might not know about. Tashigi and Smoker might be members. I could see, given Kuzan's explanation, I could see Smoker and Tashigi joining Sword. I feel like they are, because Tashigi's there with Sword attacking a Yonko island without permission from the Marines. I feel like Tashigi's a member of Sword, you know? And if Tashigi's a member of Sword, then Smoker's definitely a member of Sword. You know what I mean? Yeah. Garp and Kuzan heavy carry. I mean, yes, they do, but the other members are nothing to sneeze at. Like, Kobe is not Yonko level, but his strength is not so insignificant that he doesn't factor into all that. How'd they steal the warp fruit? I don't know. I don't know how they steal it. They kill the dude and they take a fruit and it copies into it. I don't know what they do. They drink the blood of the person that had it. I don't know. They're vampires? I don't know, man. Akainu has a sword tattoo. He does. He does have a sword tattoo. If that means something, I'm not sure. How did they steal the warp? I just answered that one. And Hina as well. Yeah, if Hina was a member, that would be awesome. I was going to make a comparison between the Whip fruit and the Ori no Mi, which is Hina's fruit that we rarely get to see her use. Because Hina's a little bit of like a dominatrix kind of too, and Kujaku is. Oda goes along. I'm starting to think Oda has a type. Because we had Doll, and now we have Kujaku, and we also have Hina. I think Oda might be into the very powerful dominatrix, women there. Like that might be his kind of vibe. I don't know. And I'm fine with that. I'm 100% cool with that, Oda. If you want to keep, making those characters, I'm fine with it. Oh, let's not forget the two Impel Down ladies. Sadie is the obvious one because sadomasochism with the whip. But let's also not forget Domino, who I like more. And Domino's name is literally Dominatrix. Domino, that's why her name is that. So let's not forget that either, yeah. Do we know who started Sword? We don't, but I suspect it's Sengoku or Garp. Don't forget Domino and Sadie. Yeah, I have to include Domino and Sadie. And Stussy, too! Even Stussy has the kind of... Yeah. Orlumbus can whip and control people. Orlumbus is a dom, too. Just like... I feel like Orlumbus, like, he presents himself as a dom, but he would be a submissive. I feel like he would be a submissive. Domino's has a pizza. That'd be great if they had a scene with Domino delivering pizza. That's my fan art request to Oda. You know how he draws the fan art at the beginning of the chapter? That's my request. Oda, draw Domino from Impel Down delivering pizza. That's what I want. With a whip. That's that. Also, I love how these last two chapters have had some of the most badass scenes in One Piece in a while. Shanks one-shotting Kid, and then Garp Galaxy impacting an island. And then the cover pages are like Luffy watering sunflowers, and it's really happy. And then the last one was, Kawamatsu and Hiyori making origami, and then like Garp's like, Galaxy Impact! And just boom! And it's like the most intense chapters ever, and these really cute like cover pages exist. I love it. So Pizarro is an island man. Frankie had the blueprints for Pluton. I'm betting that in the final showdown, Frankie will take down Pizarro with the Sunny, fulfilling a huge part of the mythos. That would be epic. Yeah, let's see that. Let's see Frankie turning the Sunny into Pluton and then beating the shit out of Pizarro. Because, yeah, Garp is not going to kill the members of the 10 Titanic captains here. I didn't say he was going to kill them. Say he's going to beat the shit out of them, send a message, get Kobe back, and then leave. That's all what they have to do. It's not like a fight to the death here, Yeah, I did the timeline work myself, but Shanks got the scar between 14 and 26. Yeah, that's about right. Roger died when Shanks was 15, so he likely got the scar between 14 and 27. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, yeah. He, honestly, funnily enough, we don't see Shanks' face at Logtown. When Roger's executed, we see Shanks, but he has the brim of his hat down. We don't actually see his scar one way or the other in that flashback. I don't think he had it when Roger was executed. He got it later. Yeah. You missed my dono. Well, I have all of the donos saved with magic powers. What time is it? All right, it's 3:40. We keep going for a little while. I gotta make some cookies today. Gonna go down my friend's place tonight. We're doing like a game night thing down their place, and I wanted to make these amazing cookies. They're like 5 different kinds of chocolate in these cookies. They're so good. No, that's the wrong... What am I looking at? Guys, what am I doing? Oh, here it is. It's under that. YouTube always changes around their shit. All right, here we go. Hi, Teching. Just hearing you on Spotify, but finally I've been able to see the jacket. By the way, it suits you. What blow was better, Shanks or Garp? Oh, my favorite was Garp. Out of the 2 chapters, Shanks' Kamusari... Shanks' Kamusari was epic as shit, but, I mean, I gotta go with Garp's Galaxy Impact any day of the week. Holy crap, that was insane. And we still don't know the full extent of that attack. That attack, the way I'm envisioning that attack, Garp is above the island. He drops that Galaxy Impact like a cruise missile, just... And then we see the beginning of that shockwave. We see the beginning of, like, ground zero of that bomb going off. And it's going to expand. It's going to explode. That's what a shockwave does, all right? So, like, we got to see the full extent of the damage of this, I also think this might damage Pizarro. Pizarro might be like, oh, Like, because he mentioned earlier in the chapter, like, I can feel a slight tickle in my chest. That's where the prisoners were. They escaped. So he can feel what the island feels. So if Pizarro can feel what the island can feel, Pizarro's about to upchuck. Pizarro's about to just, like, that mountain is just going to puke all over everybody. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, boy. I want to see Pizarro talking through the Onigashima skull. That would be great. Kind of wish Oda did a better job with fleshing characters. Ooh. He leaves things half-baked and only piles more stuff on top. I mean, give me a specific example of that. Give me a specific example, and then we can examine that. Let's see. Would the island fruit work on Thriller Bark? Thriller Bark is an actual island that was taken from the West Blue. So yes, I would say it was an island that was turned into a ship, but it's still a physical island with ground and dirt and stone. So I would imagine it would work, yes. Thanks for all the vids. Been listening while I recover from surgery. I answered that one already. That was the one about Ace. Egghead is already the best arc since pre-time skip. Also, it was fun giving crap to Cole yesterday about his takes on Garp being slow and old. Cole, come on, buddy. Did anybody think that Garp was going to be anything less than fucking nuclear levels of awesome? Like, come on now. I'm sorry, Cole. Come on, King. King. Man, like, here's the thing. A lot of people, when I was going on and on and on about Garp, I was like, Garp's gonna kick ass! For like the last 6 months, every once in a while, I'll get a comment that's like, Tekking, you're hyping up Garp, you're simping for Garp, you're jerking Garp off, you know, you're doing way too much for Garp. Dude, that wasn't hyperbole. That was just obvious, all right? It was obvious. It was like, hey, guys, when Shanks shows up, some shit's going to go down. It's like, yeah, no shit. When Garp shows up, some shit's going to go down. Yes, once again, no shit. Like, come on now. Love you, King. Love you, King. He didn't plan on Marineford and steal Whitebeard's fruit. The original plan was to capture a random powerful pirate, Luffy, by chance and be appointed as the Shichibukai. Yeah, he didn't plan on the whole thing there, but like it was part of his plan that was kind of ridiculous when you think about it, and it ended up working out. Do you think Garp, I'm assuming, do you think Garp with destroy the wait, what? Hold on. Garp will destroy the Skull Fortress. I mean, Garp could destroy that Skull Fortress easily. I don't see any reason why Garp could not destroy the Skull Fortress. He could easily do that. Old guys are never weak. Yeah, I just hate it when they do that stupid shit in manga where it's like, as soon as the old character does something really badass, they have to die. I hate it. It's like a rule. Happened with Yamamoto. It happened with Netero. It's like, look, I'm not even against an old person dying. I play William in One Piece D&D, for God's sake. But like, dude, here's how you do it. You don't just show off what they can do and then kill them off. You don't do it like that. You show off what they can do. Like, I want to see Garp kicking the shit out of all the members of the 10 Titanic captains, and then they retreat. They got Kobe back. They completed their mission. They get out of there, and then we have like another scene with Garp kicking ass, and then you can kill him off like maybe later in the story, like a few dozen chapters down the line, but not like right now. That's not how you do it, you know? Like, yeah. Okay. Pray for Devil's Luck Pirates next session. I think we'll be fine. I got the Pika Pika Nomi. We'll be good. Is Pudding also Cage there? She would be at Winter Island right now with Blackbeard and Law. She's there right now. So Law might save Pudding. Are you going to check out that Power Rangers special on Netflix? Yes, I'm going to watch that. Yeah, I'm going to watch that with my friend Zach, I think. And we both really love Power Rangers. You know, it's probably not Garp's first time on that island. Probably not. No. Got into One Punch Man because of your S-Class videos. Was wondering if you are ever going to do any more One Punch Man content. I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like I love making the series of, like, I did the My Hero Academia Class 1A series. I did the Captain series in Bleach. I did the Class S in One Punch Man. I did all the Straw Hats in One Piece. I still have to do Jinbei's, though. Jinbei's is a video that I have a plan for. So I got to do a lot of stuff with that. But, I don't think I'm going to make another One Punch Man video. Oh, look, it's an ant. Oh, it's another ant. Oh, the ant fell. It's another ant. These ants, they can still get into my house. Yeah, there's an ant right there. Yep. Sorry, poor ant. Prime Garp versus Shanks with both arms. We already discussed that. I'm going to still say Prime Garp on that one. Where are Lafitte and Devon? We don't know. They might be with Kuzan. They might be off somewhere else using their abilities to mess with people. They could still be on the island. We just didn't see them. Because we already know they're... Well, we don't know Lafitte's Devil Fruit ability. We know Devon's. We don't know Lafitte's. They could still be on the island. They could show up and, like, you know, do something. Who knows? Are you going to do an updated Straw Hat video once the series ends? Maybe. Maybe. I have to think. I mean, that's a while yet, but yeah, I got to think about that. I have to make Jinbei's. But, ooh, there's a video I'm really excited to make. I commissioned some artwork for it, and he sent me, it was actually Chancel. Chancel was the third place winner of the Eam-sama art contest. I think he would be okay, because we already showed off his artwork in one of the streams. I'll show you his entry that he used to win, which is the Eam art that he did, and it was amazing. I think it's on Roger's Twitter. God, Roger's been going through a lot of shit too lately. His whole channel got like he had to private every video because there was like a thing with his video. All of his private videos for his members just immediately went public. Roger's been having a lot of issues with his channel, guys. Give him some support. Let's see. I highly recommend Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, I gotta see it. I gotta watch it, yeah. Oh my god, Breath of the Wild, Tears of a Kingdom's coming out. I'm just gonna be gone for like 2 months when that game comes out, guys. Next month, when Tears of a Kingdom drops, you're not gonna hear anything from me for a while. I'm really sorry. I apologize, but like, I have more important shit to do at that point. You know what I mean? I have kingdoms to save. I have giant cars to build. I have shit to do. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think that's fair. Oh, when was this? Oh, okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is coming up here. Here it is. This is his artwork. Okay, I'm going to save that. Lafitte versus Robin, Demonio. Ooh, that'd be badass. Okay, so this was Chaunceil's entry. And this is what won third place. I voted for this one for obvious reasons, but I would love for Eam to have this appearance, like the Third Eye Tribe member. Yeah. So Chaunceil was cool, and he made artwork for me and Roger, and then I commissioned him to draw some artwork for this video I have coming up, and I will reveal. I won't show the artwork yet because I want that to be a surprise, but I'll tell you the premise. The premise is the Straw Hats' parents that we don't know about yet. They're biological parents. So not all of them, but the ones that we have like no information of or very little information about, okay? So there's going to be 4 Straw Hats we're going to be discussing in this video. Nami's biological parents, Frankie's biological parents, Brooke's biological parents, and Jinbei's biological parents. Because we already know about Dragon, and I feel like Luffy's mom is going to be shown at some point. She's going to be relevant. So put that off to the side for right now. Zoro's parents were revealed in the last SBS, which, by the way, Chaunceil also drew Arashi and Terra. So there you go. That's why I commissioned him for this, because he does a really good job with that. We know about Usopp's parents. We've seen both of them. We know about Sanji's biological parents, Sora and Judge. We've seen them. We know about Robin's mom, Olvia. Robin's dad, maybe. We might find out some stuff about him, so I wanted to leave that. If a Straw had at least one biological parent revealed, it's like maybe we'll find out about the other one, so I didn't want that to be the case. But then we know Chopper's parents are just reindeer. We saw them. So Frankie, Brooke, Jinbei, and Nami. So he drew sketch art. I kind of gave him a general outline of how I wanted them to look, but then he did some stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, they look incredible. Like, just the outline sketches look incredible. So he has to color those, and then I'm going to do a video about that, and it's going to be amazing. So look forward to that. That's going to be really good. I'm really excited to talk about that. Whitebeard is Robin's dad. Robin's dad, I did a video about this. I always think it could be Dragon, but there is... What happened to him is actually explained in the story. Hold on. What? Let's see. When did I make that video? I think that was 2019. Robin's father. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. So this is like Robin leaving. This is Olvia leaving Robin at Ohara. Robin was like 2 when she left. So that's pretty sad. And then here, I think, right here. If you need us to take care of your child, don't come. We'll take care of your husband's unfulfilled wish. So the implication is that her husband was also an archaeologist that had died on a previous expedition. That was the impression. Yeah. And Olvia also says, I'm a scholar of Ohara. I cannot forfeit my predecessor's will, which is referring to her husband. So, yeah. Yeah. Yes. All right, yeah, super chats. Let's go through some of those. Actually, I think we're going to be winding down now because I think this is a good place to wind down. I'm going to go through super chats, the ones that I did not get to, and then I think we're going to end it. This was, sorry, a little shorter of a stream than I normally do, but I got to make some cookies. And the cookies are important. Why'd you stop playing GeoGuessr? I mean, I played it when that was like right as soon as quarantine started. I was really into GeoGuessr for a while, and I just kind of got out of it. All right, what do we got here? Thorax sent $10. Thank you. Do you think Fujitora is Sword? Because with him, Garp, Kuzan, Drake, Kobe, Prince, Habari, Kujaku, and possibly Suru and Sengoku, that's definitely a group that could go against the Yonko. If it's all of them, absolutely. I think Fujitora would be a member. Suru, Kujaku's a member, and that's Suru's granddaughter, so I could see that. Sengoku definitely, because he's technically not an official Marine anymore. He's a general inspector. And Garp is officially, retired. He's an instructor. He's not vice admiral, but he is because everyone calls him that out of respect for him. Do you think... I got another super chat, too. I might want to... You know what? I'm going to turn off super chats from this point onward just because I got to end this at this point. So I'll answer the super chats we haven't gone. So thanks to everybody for the chats. Love you all. All right, let's read these. If not Garp, then who do you think Oda was teasing as the death of Jump Festa last year? Oh, the Lurking Legend. Oh, who fucking knows? I don't know. The Lurking Legend thing has been a thing for a while. Or, I was teasing as the death during Jump Festa. I mean, Oda kind of does that I kind of take what Oda says at Jump Festa to be a little bit of just hype, because he has to drum up hype for the next year. And, remember, he's like, Wano's going to start in 2017, and it didn't. So... I think it's partially just marketing rather than, this is definitely gonna happen, okay? So, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but I kind of don't take that too seriously. Everybody always goes crazy with the Jump Festa remarks, and I'm always just kind of yeah, but you just, it's marketing. I find it crazy that Prince Groose can basically create a bunch of caribous that they are not as dumb as him. I hope golems can put them together again. Yeah, I don't even know. We saw one of the Blackbeard pirates cut one of the golems apart into, goop, and then he landed on the ground, and he was like, that stung. So it's they're sentient. Could they, merge back together and keep fighting? Because that would be insane. Like I said, if you turn up the temperature enough, I think that would be their natural weakness. If you heat clay up enough, they'll harden, and then they wouldn't be able to move anymore because they're very gloopy kind of clay dolls that he creates. But they're sentient. They have their own will. They have their own ability to look around and see things. That is a powerful fruit. Chances of Gorosei dies at Egghead. Lafitte plus Katarina can scheme. He might. We don't know what the power of St. J. Garcia Saturn is. We don't know what the power of the Gorosei are. I'm assuming they're not weak, but also, they're not Yonko level or anything like that. So, I mean, one of the Gorosei dying could definitely kick off some major events later on in the story. Do you think the island fruit can control the red line? I got a lot of questions regarding this. Don't worry. I will address this in the island video after the official chapter drops tomorrow on Sunday. I might even just make that tomorrow, honestly, because the official chapter will be out tomorrow. I might just do the island fruit video then, because that is a lot of questions that a lot of people want about the island fruit. A lot of multi-layered things about this. Let's see. Answered that one. It's probably not Garp's first time on the island. Probably not. Fujitora Sword. I think it's a pretty good chance he is Sword. He might have lifted Garp's ship over the island. Yeah, so how did Garp's ship, fly over Hachinosu? Was it just Garp, I made a joke that Garp just sneezed and it launched it. That was a joke, but, it could have been Garp. Garp could have just went to the end of the ship and just punched really hard and sent him flying, and then ran to the other side of the ship and was like, all right, let's go. It could have been that. So, but it could have been Fujitora. Fujitora could easily have done that. Just whoop, and just send him up, and then bam. Let's see. Hey, Teching, was curious if you ever would do more what-if videos. I kind of did a what-if video last week where I did what if the Straw Hat, Kid Pirates, and Heart Pirates would have landed on different islands. That video was a lot of fun to make. I made a really cool SNES, style opening to that video, so go check it out. It has a decent amount of views. I really enjoyed it, and I do like talking about what-if scenarios. So give me some what-if scenarios, and maybe we can talk about some of those in the future. $20 from Ryan. Did you think Garp can destroy the Skull Fortress at Hachinosu? I think he could easily. It just depends on whether or not he does. Garp used a Kamehameha, kind of, yeah. Let's see. Answered that one about pudding. Blackbeard versus Law. It's really upsetting because if Blackbeard leaves and goes back to fight Garp, then I'm worried for Garp, but Law will be safe. If Blackbeard cannot return to the island quickly and he has to stay there and fight Law, I'm not sure Law would win. See, that's the problem. Unless they can get away somehow, they can escape. I don't know. I'm really nervous. It's but if I had a choice between Blackbeard defeating Law or Blackbeard defeating Garp, I kind of feel at this point I would have him rather defeat Law because I'm like, I want Garp to really be a badass and not just immediately die. What's cooler, Frankie versus an island or Frankie versus a giant? Oh, Frankie versus an island at this point. That was before I knew what Pizarro's ability was. I want to see Frankie fight a damn island now. The bigger, the better. Would the island fruit work on Thriller Bark? Yeah, I answered that. Let's see. Did Oda change his mind on Sword? They were clearly a secret faction of Marines before this chapter. Now there's something else entirely different. No, they're not. No, they're not, because Kuzan could have been lying. Kuzan would have been if Kuzan is a member of Sword, which I think is very, very likely, he would not be telling Blackbeard all about it. And Blackbeard is sitting there like, I don't know what Sword is. What's that? You know, so Kuzan could have told him anything. You know what I mean? So I just take that with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt, what Kuzan said. Let's see. Answer that one. Answer that one. Do you think Moria is still alive, or is this the same situation as when Moria arrived for Absalom and Devon was waiting? Moria, I'm thinking, is still alive. He's in the dungeons. He might have been killed and taken his fruit, and he might just be a zombie right now, though. So that could be a thing. His body would... Moria's body, wherever it is, will be able to move. That's as much as I know for certain. His body will be able to move. That's all I know for certain. Doubt it. I think Kuzan was covering for Kobe. Yeah, I think so too. When you said not to underestimate Garp, I was not convinced. Why were you not convinced? Did you think Garp was like a brittle old man that was going to wander into Hachinosu like, all right, everybody, time to fight. Oh, my hip. I'm so weak and feeble. Look, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But if you thought that Garp was not going to be anything short of an absolute fucking badass, what series have you been reading? Like, it just, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? I shouldn't say Jesus Christ. Today is Holy Saturday. The day that Jesus beat the shit out of a bunch of demons in hell and then rose to heaven. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, actually. Just picture Jesus down there. It's like Mortal Kombat with Jesus in hell. Like, you know, round one, fight. Well, I don't know if I'm doing Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, but one of the Jesus picks up his cross. He's just beating the shit out of all these demons. And then he rises to heaven with all of the sinners of the world. Yes. All right. Cool. I think those are super chats, though. Glad to catch one live finally. Nice, nice. What are your thoughts on Aokiji lying to Blackbeard since he's part of... Sorry, I answered that one. Yeah, I think that's it, because we're getting into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones at this point, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video ones. Okay. Anyway, Jesus Burgers. Jesus Burgers. Yes, Jesus Burgess. Yeah. All right. I think that's good. I'm going to get going. I got other stuff to do. Thanks to everybody for the stream. This was great. Guile's stream. Yeah, I was doing Guile's theme in my head, which it really does go with everything. Oddly enough, whenever I'm deep frying anything, whenever I have my deep frying stuff all set up, like I have my oil and I'm deep frying chicken or fish or whatever, I always listen to Guile's theme in the background. It literally does go with everything, including deep frying chicken. You know, just like listen to Guile's theme next time you're deep frying something. It just works. I don't know. Next time you're cooking in general, you're making pasta. Just do, making the pasta. Do. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. This will be Teching Barry signing out. 2,000 people in here right now. Thanks to everybody for the super chats. Tomorrow, probably get the island video out. That'll be really good. And then we can have a whole week to talk about Garp. Actually, 2 weeks, because there's a break. Oda needs the rest because the next chapter is going to be even more hype, I am sure. Have a great one, everybody. Adios. Arrivederci. Sayonara. All that. Ja matane. See ya.